Objective Geology, multiple choice questions with answers. So this is a solved question paper of CBRT Assistant Hydrogeologist question paper 2019 solved question paper, and I hope this solved question paper is useful for various competitive exams like CSR, NET-GATE, GSI and other exams. Welcome to set 2. Coming to the first question. Which one of the following are the lithologies of deltaic deposits? So what are the lithologies of delta deposits? A. Siltstone. B. Gravake and claystone. B. Conglomerate, sandstone and mudstone. C. Shale, clay and limestone. And D. Limestone, dolomite and shale. So the lithologies of deltaic deposits are like conglomerate, sandstone and mudstone. So B is the correct option. Next question. Which of the following is not a clastic rock? A. Sandstone. B. Shale. C. Limestone. D. Conglomerate. So C, limestone is not a clastic rock. Limestone, it's better known as a limestone. It has a structure that is not layered, white or bright. And limestone, it contains calcium carbonate. So it is called as a carbonate or non-clastic sedimentary rock. So C is the correct option. Next question. A geothermometer is based on which of the following type of reactions? A geothermometer is based on which one of the following type of reactions? A. Net transfer reaction. B. Ion exchange reaction. C. Oxidation reaction. And D. Dehydration reaction. So a geothermometer is based on ion exchange reaction. It is most major geothermometers are they are calibrated based on cation exchange, that is like Fe2 plus, Mg2 plus, Mn2 plus, K plus and sodium plus. These are the modal reactions, and exchange equilibria, they involve the distribution of isomorphic atoms with similar sizes and charges between different minerals or different type of sites in one mineral. So a geothermometer is based on ion exchange reaction. B is the correct option. Next question. Which one of the following minerals is formed during ultra high pressure metamorphism? A. Quartz. B. Tridymite. C. Coesite. And D. Labradorite. So obviously coesite is formed during ultra high pressure metamorphism. So coesite, it is a polymorph of silicon dioxide, that is SiO2, that is formed when very high pressures, roughly around 2 to 3 gigapascals, and moderately high temperature, that is about 700 degrees centigrade, and maybe which is roughly about 1300 Fahrenheit, and which are applied to quartz. So coesite is formed during ultra high pressure metamorphism. C is the correct option. Next question. Which one of the following rocks is the protolith for marble? A. Arenaceous rocks. B. Argillaceous rocks. C. Mafic rocks. D. Calcareous rocks. So the protolith for marble is a calcareous rocks, and typically a protolith, as a protolith contains the calcareous rocks, were either limestone or dolostone, which most commonly turn into marbles as metamorphic rocks. Quartzo-feldspathic, that is a protolith such as granite, rhyolite and arkose, or the rocks that consist mostly of a combination of quartz and feldspar, are quartzo-feldspathic. But here the protolith for marble is a calcareous rock. D is the correct option. Next question. The smaller folds which occur on the limbs or hinge of the larger folds are known as A. Parasitic folds, B. Kink folds, C. N-echelon folds, and D. Radial folds. So the correct option is the smaller folds are known as the parasitic folds. Parasitic folds are the typical structures in geological multi-layer folds, and they are characterized by a small wavelength, and these are situated within the fold with larger wavelength. So parasitic folds, they exhibit a characteristic asymmetry reflecting their structural relationship to the larger scale folds. So smaller folds are known as parasitic folds. They occur on the limbs or hinge of a larger folds. Next question. A set of new planar surfaces produced in a rock as a result of deformation is called A. Foliation, B. Bedding plane, C. Lineation, D. Deformation surface. A set of new planar surfaces which are produced in a rock as a result of deformation is called as a foliation. Foliation in geology, it refers to repetitive layering in metamorphic rocks. So each layer, the important thing is each layer, it can be as thin as a sheet of paper or over a meter in thickness. So the word comes from the Latin folium, meaning leaf, and it refers to sheet-like planar structure. So A. Foliation is the correct option. Next question. If the dip of a plane is measured in a vertical plane perpendicular to the strike, it is called A. True dip, B. Apparent dip, C. true slope, D apparent slope. So the correct option is A true dip. The true dip is the steepest line that can be drawn on an inclined plane, and this is measured in terms of inclination and its bearing. And when it is used in conjunction with unit length, it can be considered as a vector quantity, and the azimuth of the dip is the right angles to the strike of the bed. So A true dip is the correct option. Next question. A fault that strikes parallel to the strike of axial plane of the regional fold is known as A. Longitudinal fault, B. Transverse fault, C. Dip slip fault, and D. Diagonal slip fault. A fault that strikes parallel to the strike of the axial plane of a regional fold is known as a longitudinal fault. A geological fault with its strike parallel to that of the regional structure is known as a longitudinal fault. A is the correct answer. Next question. A major anticline that is composed of many smaller folds is called A. Anticlinorium, B. Synclinorium, C. Antiformal syncline, D. Synformal syncline. So the correct option is A. Anticlinorium. Anticline that is composed of many smaller folds is known as a anticlinorium. Next question. Which one of the following is the fundamental unit of biostratigraphy? A. Barren zone, B. Abundance zone, C. Biozone, D. Overlap zone. So the correct option is C. Biozone. The key types of biostratigraphic units are biozones, which are defined by characteristic fossil assemblages. So common biozones include range biozones, which are defined by the first and last appearances of an index fossil, and interval biozones, they define between two significant fossil origins. So biozone is the fundamental unit of biostratigraphy. Next question. Which of the following groups contain Sirbu formation? A. Sembri group, B. Kaimur group, C. Rewa group, and D. Bandar group. So the correct option is D. Bandar group. So the Bandar group of the Vindhyan system, it is of about 335 meters thickness, and it comprises four mutually conformable formations like Ganurgar shales, Bandar limestone, Sirbu shale, and Bandar sandstone in the ascending order. Each formation has been divided into two or more units on the basis of lithologic and sedimentary characteristics. So Bandar group, it contains Sirbu shale formation. D is the correct option. Next question. Gulchara quartzites belong to which one of the following groups? It's a very simple question. A. Papagni group, B. Chayar group, C. Nalamala group, and D. Krishna group. So Gulchara quartzites, they belong to Papagni group of the Kadapa system. Next question. Which one of the following ages is assigned to Syringothrus limestone? A. Ordovician, B. Lower Ordovician, C. Lower Carboniferous, and D. Lower Permian. So the correct option is Lower Carboniferous is the geologic age of Syringothrus limestone. Next question. Which of the following formation is correlated to Raniganj formation in Son and Mahanadi valleys? The options are A. Talcher formation, B. Karharbari formation, C. Himgir formation, and D. Maleri formation. So the correct option is C. Himgir formation. So this is correlated to the Raniganj formation in Son and Mahanadi valleys of the Gondwana system. Next question. Consider the following statements regarding the gastropods. 1. They are typically benthic, though pelagic forms do occur. And 2. Forms with a siphonal canal are generally carnivorous. And 3. Forms in which shell has an entire aperture are often herbivorous. And 4. Freshwater gastropods, for the most part, they have thin shells with a thick periostracum. And of these 4 sentences or statements, which of the following statements are given above are correct? A. 1, 2, and 4 only. B. 1 and 4 only. C. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And D. 2, 3, and 4 only. So the correct option is all the above, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. So they are typically, gastropods are typically benthic, though pelagic forms do occur, and these are the forms with a siphonal canal are generally carnivorous, and gastropods are the forms in which the shell has an entire aperture, and these are often herbivores, and these are freshwater gastropods. For the most part, they have thin shells with a thick periostracum. All these the statements are correct. So that's why C is the correct option. Next question. Ammonites belong to which one of the following geological ranges? A. Cambrian Jurassic, B. Ordovician Triassic, C. Silurian Jurassic, D. Devonian Cretaceous. Ammonites belong to Devonian Cretaceous. So these are ammonites are the extinct cephalopods. These are frequently they found as fossils in marine rocks dating from the Devonian period to the Cretaceous period. So roughly around 419 million years to 66 million years. So ammonites belong to Devonian and Cretaceous. D is the correct option. Next question. The entire skeleton of a solitary or of a colonial coral is known as A. Corallum, B. Corallite, C. Columella, and D. Colenchyme. The entire skeleton of a solitary or of a colonial coral is known as a corallum, whereas a corallite is the skeleton of each individual coral polyp is the corallite, and corallum is the entire skeleton of a solitary or of a colony coral or colonial coral. So A is the correct option. Next question. The triangular gap along the hinge line of the pedicel wall of the brachiopods through which the pedicle emerges is known as A. Deltidium, B. Deltherium, C. Brachidium, and D. Brachiopod. The triangular loop along the hinge line of the pedicel valve of the brachiopods through which the pedicel emerges is known as Deltherium. The meaning of Deltherium is the opening between the beak and the hinge through which the pedicel of the certain brachiopod extends. So B. Deltherium is the correct option. Next question. The molting of the exoskeleton in arthropods is known as A. Ecdysis, B. Metamorphosis, and C. Integument, and D. Exuvia. So ecdysis is the molting of the exoskeleton in arthropods. Animals belonging to Arthropoda phylum, they possess a hard chitinous exoskeleton, and the exoskeleton is shed periodically. It is removed periodically during the life cycle, and this phenomenon is called ecdysis or molting. A is the correct option. Hope you have followed these questions, and I hope these are useful for various exams, competitive exams, and see you in the next video. Hope you can explore to this Explore Geosciences channel. Your suggestions are most welcome. Thank you for your time. See you in the next video.